No Man's Sky patch 5.58 is now out on all platforms except for Switch and has a huge 63 changes, fixes and improvements, a fair few of which you should really hear about. Note on the Switch update is that 5.57 is now live on Switch, and so it looks as though it is starting to catch up to the other platforms. I've heard of a fair few people having issues completing the Chronicle milestones, which require you to take a screenshot of the rendezvous it's related to. Many of these issues will likely be due to the multiple ways to take screenshots depending on the platform, as only one of those methods works. However, alongside this long-term confusion, there has been a bug that caused the Chronicle milestone to be unable to complete based on whether the related rendezvous milestone auto-completed. What this means by auto-completing completely escapes me, as they do automatically complete when you arrive at the specified location. But if you had trouble completing them, it would absolutely be worth trying again with this new patch. Fixed an issue that could cause players not to know the terrain manipulator recipe in the Titan expedition. Fixed an issue that caused misleading mission text when locating storm crystals for an expedition. For locating storm crystals, you just need to use your analysis visor to look for the golden lightning bolt icon. Storm crystals are only available on extreme weather planets when it's storming. Fortunately, gas giants are extreme weather planets that perpetually storm, so you'll easily find them all over the starting planet and the gas giant in Rendezvous 3. 4 rare mission blockers for interstellar multitudes have been fixed. One was given no detail, another was due to incorrect recipes being given, likely due to the recipes being different depending on what system you chose when sideloading the Atlas's backdoor. Then there was a Polo related dialogue blocker, where Polo would give incorrect dialogue preventing the mission from forwarding, and an erroneous mission marker that persisted. An issue that caused the Under a Rebel Star mission to get stuck after fleeing Sentinels has been addressed. Fixed a number of minor mission text issues that could occur when switching to a new settlement. Fixed a rare mission blocker that could prevent players from acquiring a replacement Radiant Brain from Tethys in A Trace of Metal. Fixed a rare mission blocker in They Who Returned. Sentinel Walkers will now spawn correctly upon reaching the correct alert level. Players can now archive their current Starship or Multitool as long as it is not the only one left. This is much preferable, allowing you to more easily confirm that there are no items in the inventory before archiving. Fixed an issue that could cause players to pop to the surface while swimming on moons. This was an intensely annoying issue, especially if you were attempting to gather crystal sulfide or similar from a moon. It would constantly yo-yo you above ground if you got more than a few feet underwater. If players die mid-air while on a planet, their grave will now spawn on the planet's surface. A nice little touch to autosaves made inside an exocraft now means you'll load inside the exocraft instead of outside and next to it. Pretty solid for those logging out while traversing extreme environments, especially on permadeath. 7 other fixes and tweaks have been made to exocrafts, as you can see here, such as Nautilus handling, Minotaur placement and the tech on them. Fixed an issue that caused some inventory sort hover tips to cliff off the edges of the screen. A minor fix, but it does affect everyone. Localized weather anomalies can now be tracked by the analysis visor, which is a nice touch. Crabs can now be adopted as companions. 12 fixes for various visual issues displayed on screen in case you wish to pause and read, as most will just be happy to hear that a bunch have been fixed. And finally, a further 25 more minor fixes that I'll display on screen for several seconds per page for those that wish to pause and read. I chose which to go into more detail in during this patch notes video due to the size and how many, while welcome, won't be too interesting to the majority of players. I'll whack a poll up with this video on whether you prefer a curated notes list such as in this video, or whether you'd prefer I go into each individual note, regardless of perceived importance. I'll link that poll in the description. I personally feel the patch summaries are better for mid to large patches, but I'm happy to be surprised. As you've made it to the end, why not check one of these videos out next? Top one gives great tips for the current expedition, while the bottom shows you how to make the most of every expedition. Peace.